Tonight, a Target 12 investigators exclusive questionable contract. We found when the state hiked up your beach parking fees in 2011, the big winner was an out-of-state company. The big losers, beachgoers who are paying more.
And the towns that are home to the state's beaches, they actually lost money in the deal. Target 12 investigator Tim White has his exclusive findings.
This weekend, all state beaches are going to start charging you for parking. Those fees doubled 3 years ago. It turned out to be an unexpected windfall for a Connecticut parking company thanks to this contract. That's money that could have stayed in Rhode Island. They are some of the Ocean State's top destinations. Scarborough, Salty Brine, East Matunic, and other state beaches that are a magnet to locals and tourists alike. In 2011, Governor Lincoln Chafee's budget doubled the cost of a season pass and weekend parking rates at state beaches and nearly doubled weekday rates. The idea was to bring more revenue into depleted state coffers. While the state did see an increase in revenue, one aspect backfired.
Unfortunately for the taxpayers of Rhode Island, this created a huge windfall for the parking vendor.
State Senator Ed O'Neill has been examining the issue and says a Senate Fiscal Office report shows ProPark of Connecticut saw a surge in profits. That's thanks to this contract the state signed with the company that based ProPark's profits on revenue and not number of cars.
So it was all gravy to them?
Absolutely.
Take a look. Here's what ProPark made for handling parking at Rhode Island beaches. In 2010, before fees went up, they took in $584,000. Then the fees jumped, and so did their profits. $734,000 in 2011, $830,000 in 2012, and $760,000 in 2013. But while the Connecticut company was making more money, local towns were getting less. That's because towns make their money from daily parking fees and not season passes. And the higher the fees meant fewer cars at the beach. Here's the breakdown. In 2010, communities took in $557,000, then a big drop after the fee increase. Only $334,000 in 2011, $437,000 in 2012, and just $395,000 in 2013.
The person who negotiated that contract and signed it would be given the mission to go back and get that money because they weren't paying attention.
Why wouldn't you pick up the phone to ProPark and go, hey, we have to talk?
We did talk. There was discussions, but it's a contract is a contract. So we were stuck by what the terms of the contract were at that time.
Robert Paquette is the head of the DEM's Division of Parks and Recreation, one of the state officials who worked on the 5-year contract with ProPark in 2009. He says there was no language in the contract to deal with an increase in fees because no one expected the rates to go up.
Are you going to go back to them and say, guys, we need some of that money back?
I'm not sure if we're going to be recouping any money that's in the past, but we will be moving forward with a different contract. The financial terms will be different.
O'Neill has submitted a bill that would return beach parking fees back to pre-2011 rates and points out a bit of irony with our current fees.
It's cheaper now to get a season pass to a Massachusetts state beach than it is to get a season pass for a Rhode Islander to get a Rhode Island season pass.
In a statement, ProPark says it won the contract because it was the most qualified and provided the best value, adding, all ProPark employees at Rhode Island beaches are Rhode Island residents. ProPark manages the lots on behalf of the state. It does not dictate policy, such as establishment of the parking rates. ProPark will continue to receive the extra revenue this summer because the contract expires at the end of September. But Paquette tells me they're already working on a new contract that will ensure more of your money stays in Rhode Island. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, Eyewitness News.
This investigation continues tomorrow morning. We'll have new details on exactly how these increased fees affected attendance at Rhode Island state beaches. Don't miss it tomorrow on Eyewitness News This Morning.
And right now on our website, you can take a closer look at this questionable contract for yourself. See how much more money was sent to out-of-state company and how much more towns lost. It's all on WPRI.com.